Good evening. Welcome to the 5 p.m. Tulsa City Council meeting. It's October 15th, actually. I mean, the numbers are in front of me. I can read these things. Good evening. You can view this meeting on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, Cox Channel 24, or at tgovonline.org. Assisting the council tonight are Jack Blair, City Attorney Lori Doring, Secretary to the Council, and Bailey Rogers, Council staff. If you wish to speak on an agenda item, see Bailey right over here. She has a agenda item speaker's card that you can fill out like the Alexanders are doing right now. Make sure you fill that out before the item is read, otherwise you'll not be allowed to speak. Please join us in pledging allegiance to the flag of our country and remain standing for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. So we have some proclamations tonight for October years of service. All right, so the city of Tulsa has an incredible team of over 3,500 employees. We're delighted to get to work with many of you. We don't see every single one of you every day. I've never come to you for service, and I'm grateful. And yes, that's a good sign, right? So this is a really special time for us where we get to recognize many of you for your years of service that you've dedicated to our city. So I think there are 11 of you here tonight. We're going to give each one of you one of these envelopes, and in these envelopes are years of service pins, which we want you to proudly wear, and then certificates as well. And then we'll take a picture with everybody in the middle. And you get to have a picture with the city council, which, I mean, you can frame, you can use as a dartboard. There's lots of things that you can do with it. So every one of the proclamations says the following. Whereas these employees have dedicated years of service to the city of Tulsa, its officials, and its citizens, and therefore we, Mayor Monroe Nichols, and the Tulsa City Council do hereby express our sincerest appreciation for these employees' years of hard work, dedication, and continued service to the city of Tulsa and its citizens, and in witness thereof, we hereby set our hands on this day. So when your name is called, please come to the front. We'll go through the process. We'll take our picture, and then we'll go to the next person. So Kimberly Malloy, communications. Obviously, big time fan squad. 35 years of service to the city of Tulsa. We're trying to find which one is yours. We're close, though. You're going to be very last.
Yeah, but I need a thought. Oh, solid.
Is it, put it down here? Ta-da, here it is right here. Okay. So we're gonna officially present it to you over here.
Congratulations and thank you.
Right here, you have to, oh, right here, right on this line. There you go. Awesome. And here. Okay, next up, from Public Works, also with 35 years of service, Brian Parker.
He's my neighbor. And we grew up together.
Even better. Hey, man, thank you very much. Come on over.
Step into the photo booth. There we go. Perfect. One, two, three.
Okay, so David Ashlock with Fire. There we go. 20 years of service. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations and thank you.
20. I think all the fire personnel that we're recognizing tonight, 20 years of service. Alfred Cayasso, 20 years of service as well.
Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you. I know. It's a different line. Okay, Ellen Hancock, also 20 years of service. Thank you. Good job. Yep. Awesome. Thank you. Joseph Henderson, also with Fire, 20 years. Yeah, we don't want to clap for him for sure. Not here. We'll get Joseph's to him. Ricky Powell, Fire for 20 years. I'm sure Joseph is pulling a cat out of a tree somewhere. Thank you. John Reeves, Fire, 20 years. Thank you.
Hello, thank you very much.
There we go. Perfect. One,
Rodney Tisdale with Fire. Rodney? He's holding the ladder for the cat in the tree. Dr. Barry, Philip Barry. 20 years of service. The guy I've never seen.
No, you've met me.
Oh, yeah, I know. We know each other, but. Here you go. Man, two Phillips in a row. That's a great name. Philip Fazendine. Did I do it correctly? Philip with Public Works for 20 years. He's not getting the cat. And then Cale Ryan with Water and Sewer for 20 years. Is it Cale, Callie? How are you? Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
One, two, three.
Thank you. Okay, and obviously not everybody was able to be here tonight. We have a number of certificates for them, but we do want to just call their names. So Tina Gustafson with police, 45 years of service. 30 years, Kelly Kaiser with fire. 20 years of service from the fire department, Russell Anthematten. Jordan Austin, Andrew Boyd, Dallas Duncan, Kevin Fields, Ryan Garrett, Gabriel Graveline, Danny Height, Mark Hodges, Thomas Hufford, Jeffrey Leon, Timothy Lopez, Joseph Marshall, Chad Martin, Chris Payne, Jared Perry, Christopher Sanders, James Stewart, Vincent Stoops, Scott Tarwater, Alan Taylor, Stephen Walters, Grant Wood, and Jacob C. Younger. And then also Michael Lucas, from Finance, and Dale Dalton, Water and Sewer, all with 20 years of service. So thank you all so much. Your dedication to the city of Tulsa means a lot to us and to our citizens for sure. As we all know, not very many people stay in one place for very long. You've proven otherwise. So thank you for your dedication to this city and to all that makes us what we are, and makes us good in what we do. So thank you. So if you wish to speak on an agenda item, we have a timing system. There's a green light that means you have 5 minutes. You have 5 total minutes. You have 4.5 minutes if the light is still green. Yellow is that 30-second warning. Red means you're over time. Please keep the podium area, railings, and aisles free from recording devices and tripods. Recording equipment and accessories, including tripods, must be set up in the media center. As posted on tonight's agenda, certain items are subject to consideration and possible approval, adoption, denial, amendment, or revision. Items 6E and 6F have been pulled. I call this meeting to order. Please call the roll. Lori?
Counselor Hall Harper.
Here.
Counselor Dutton.
Here.
Counselor Bellis.
Here.
Counselor Gilbert.
Here.
Counselor Becker.
Here.
Counselor Dr. Wright.
Here.
Counselor Lakin.
Here.
Counselor Bush.
Here.
Item 1, receipt and filing of minutes. There are none. 2, appointments and reappointments. A, Marcia Bruno Todd, appointment to the Tulsa Women's Commission. B, Jamila Stuckey, appointment to the Animal Welfare Commission. C, Chris Chavez, reappointment to the Greater Tulsa Hispanic Latinx Affairs Commission. And D, Emeka Naka, reappointment to the Metropolitan Tulsa Transit Authority. Do we have any speakers?
We have one speaker, Mr. John Huffines, for items 2A through D.
Good evening, Mr. Huffines.
Peace, yes, peace. I am thankful for our honorable leaders, Council Chair Phil Lakin and Vice Chair Karen Gilbert, our honorable counselors, staff, security, and team. We're thankful to the citizens of this great city of love, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a joy to be with you on this 15th day of October in the year of our loving Lord, Jesus Christ, 2025. Yes, appointments and reappointments. A, Marcia Bruno Todd. B, Jamila Stuckey. Yes. C, Chris Chavez. Reappointment to the Greater Tulsa Area Hispanic Latinx Affairs Commission. Hispanics and Latinx, awesome people. D, Emeka Naka, reappointment to the Federal Tulsa reappointment to the Metropolitan Tulsa Transit Authority. May we continue to be thankful for our volunteers and employees. Thank you, family.
Thank you, Mr. Huffines. Any council discussion?
Move to approve items 2A through D.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Lakin?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Items 2A through D are approved. There are no public hearings for mayor's items. The mayor regrets that he's unable to be with us tonight. The remaining items 4B through O will not be read aloud. However, public comments will be received on these items. Do we have any speakers?
We have 3 speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. John Huffines for items 4G, H, and O.
Thank you, counselors. God Almighty, we invoke your guidance. 4G, change order number 1 to contract number 137229 between the City of Tulsa and Darius Contractors, LLC for project number 153120C19 due to an existing water line that conflicts with the proposed drainage channel requiring the relocation of an existing 8-inch dip water line under the new wall, footings, and subbase within the current easement, and to remove the existing water line. Yes, yes to this, and may the water line of God's Word, the Holy Bible, continue to flow through our beautiful Tulsa. 4H, a resolution renaming Legacy Park to Brush Arbor Grove Dog Park. This new name will help remind Tulsa of our rich history. Brush arbors house large gatherings that could last for days or weeks, attended by members of denominations like Methodists and Baptists. Methodists and Baptists, great people. The events include fervent preaching and singing and were a prominent feature of rural life. These meetings were forerunners to larger camp meetings and often led to the establishment of permanent churches, which our beautiful Tulsa has many of. Yes to this resolution. And let's see, 4O, special event application, Boo Ha Ha, scheduled for this Saturday. I think of this as the Boo Ha Hallelujah. And you are welcome to come dressed as a Bible character and bring the light of Christ. And thank you, counselors.
Thank you, Mr. Huffines. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Nicholas Martin for item 4B.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, council. My name is Nicholas Martin.
Uh-huh.
Appreciate you guys giving me the time to speak. If you can bear with me, I will be reading from a text message what I wrote. Good evening, council. Good evening, city council members. I am a voter and resident of Tulsa for many years, and so is many of my family members. I am a descendant of Creek freedmen. My ancestors were enslaved and lived on Creek Nation before Oklahoma became a state. According to the 1866 Treaty, Article 2, my ancestor and their ancestors are entitled to full citizenship in the Muskogee Creek Nation. Recently, I applied for citizenship, and I was denied twice, but the Muskogee Creek Nation Supreme Court order states I am entitled to citizenship rights and citizenship card. I have been blocked to receive the citizenship card by Chief David Hill without good cause. I'm asking you today to stop this outrageous vote to give Council Oak Park to Creek Nation and to the chief honors the legal court order and stop violating the law by giving descendants of freemen their citizenship card. We have been disenfranchised for 47 years. There are thousands of descendants of Creek freemen living in Tulsa that are being disfranchised, and they are voters of the city of Tulsa as well. The descendants of Creek freedmen are watching your actions today to see if you will be on the right side of the law. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Ron Graham for item 4B.
Good evening. My name is Ron Graham. I am the chairman of the Muskogee Creek Indian Freedmen Band based in Okmulgee, Oklahoma. For years, since 1983, I had applied with the Muskogee Creek Nation and was denied citizenship. I would like to read something right quick. It says, renewed motion for contempt and for court enforcement of order and judgment and for order to show cause. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for a cause of why are we denied our citizenship card. Why? It's done by the Chief David Hill, who sits out in the audience right now. And like I stated a moment ago, in 1983, after my first year of college, I went and applied with the Creek Nation. They turned me down because I'm a Creek freedman descendant. That's not right. It's not right at all, because Article 2 of Treaty of 1866 plainly states that it gives us citizenship. And Article 2 is equivalent to the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment of the United States Constitution. When you look at them side by side, they're equivalent. So we're here to, I'm saying I'm going against that, but there's a stipulation to that. I want the Creek Nation to fully comply with the Treaty of 1866, especially Article 2. It fully complies with the other articles in the treaty, which is, I believe, is 14 articles. But Article 2, they totally disregard at all. So, also, we would like for them, the Muskogee Creek Nation, to fully comply with the Muskogee Creek Nation Supreme Court decision. They had a decision back in July 23rd of this year to comply with the Treaty of 1866, but they refused to not to do that. Chief Hill is the chief of this nation, so we feel that he is responsible because of the executive order that he had placed on this ruling, against this ruling, which fully gives the freedmen, the descendants of Creek freedmen, full citizenship to be citizens of the Muskogee Creek Nation. So that's why I oppose it. That's why we oppose it. We're 100% for sovereignty. Okay? We love sovereignty. We embrace it. But when your sovereignty infringes on a person's civil rights, just as our civil rights have been wronged, it's not right at all. So I want you all to think about that and reconsider of not doing this as of yet. Okay? I am Muskogee. I am Muskogee Creek. I was born a Muskogee Creek citizen. I lost my citizenship years ago. So I want you guys to actually think about this. Think about what's going on with the Muskogee Creek Nation. Of course, I would love for our park to come back in the hands of the Muskogee Creek Nation. But what they're doing now is not right at all. And I believe if you did give them back this at this time, it's two wrongs. And two wrongs don't make a right at all. And I appreciate you giving me this opportunity to speak before you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
There are no other speakers.
Which way? Do you have anything to say? Oh, yeah, you can. So we're in council discussion, and you may ask.
Would you be willing to come forward? Thank you.
Spoke the question.
Well, if you could just help us with a timeline. In November of 2024, then Mayor Bynum, I think we were all at the ceremony together, initiated this initiative of restoring ownership to the Muskogee Nation. And it's taken this long to get to the MOU. And then I just heard July 2025 within the nation Supreme Court decision. So I am ignorant of that. We have last week gotten some information to consider, and now we're hearing it amplified by citizens. So I'm just trying to knit all these together because it could just be a timing issue.
I think that's a great way of characterizing it. Obviously, the transfer started with the last administration. We've come in, we, met directly with the nation and their legal team a number of times really to talk about language and intention and kind of how they wanted to proceed forward with the transfer. And so they had decided that they were willing to take on the maintenance of the park and the property and the artwork on there. A lot of the time frame was really trying to get the paperwork related to the easements from PSO. That's what held up the paperwork on our side for a lot. Other than that, it went pretty smoothly as far as conversations. I think that the July date that you're hearing about in reference to some of those in opposition to this is related to the Muskogee Nation's court date that took place within their own nation surrounding the issue of freedmen citizenship. And so that was ruled on by not only the district court, but the Supreme Court. There's currently an executive order in place kind of asking not to put a pause on it, but to, I think, give the nation patience to work out this dynamic, not only about standards related to citizenship within their own nation, but something that's been brought up is that the ruling mentions blood quantum and totality. And there are a number of different ways that blood quantum are incorporated into the nation as well, aside from citizenship. And so I think what the nation is trying to do right now is really just trying to go back and look at their constitution, their policy, and figure out how they need to clean that up in response to that ruling before they can move forward.
Thank you.
And I would, yeah, go ahead, Councilor Dunn.
So, I am not as educated on the tribal representation and Oklahoma in general and Tulsa. Isn't the Muskogee Creek Nation their own sovereign, and that we don't really, as the city of Tulsa, have a say in the decisions that the Creek Nation, Muskogee Creek Nation makes governing their own sovereignty?
Yes, that's correct. So
Okay.
really the only way that, that would be challenged at this point or that there could be any further direction given would be if the nation for some reason elected to move that to a federal court space. But aside from that, yeah, the county and the city really as local governments, they can certainly echo sentiments or thoughts however they would like, but as far as direction, yeah.
No, I appreciate that. Okay, so the giving back also is an obligation for maintaining the sovereignty, giving back for the oak tree in the area because it was taken. So I just want to say thank you for the explanation.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would just characterize this as two very different discussions in my mind. I appreciate you all coming out and telling us your perspective and things, but what's before us on the agenda item is a conveyance of land the city of Tulsa owns to the Muskogee Creek Nation to care for something that is very sacred in their nation. I am completely fine with doing that. We have a very good relationship with the Muskogee Creek Nation. I worked very closely with Chief Hill on a number of projects. I have great faith and trust in him and the nation and the leadership, and I just wholly support this transfer to the nation of this land that is presently maintained and owned by the city of Tulsa. So again, I appreciate you being here and discussing those issues with us and making those issues known to us. But that is outside of the purview that what we're being asked to do tonight, and outside of the purview that we even have as city councilors as well. Do you want to go first, and then I'll go to Hall Harper? Yes.
Yeah, no, I appreciate what you just said, Councilor Lakin, about what's before us. I think, just to name to my colleagues, the way I'm thinking about this is, and it's been, I know, such a long process, and I'm excited about the precedent we're setting here with what it means to, restore land that's so important to, to the tribal sovereign nations. And to me, I see this as an act of repair. And it sounds like there's other layers in which people are seeking, other types of repair and healing. So I'm actually hoping that this is just, us being part of setting a precedent of repair and healing between our two governments, and maybe that could just keep rippling outward. And again, I acknowledge, I know there's complex issues, and I won't pretend to, I've read about that Supreme Court decision, and I know there's ongoing processes that, from as another governing body, we're not in the weeds of, but I do want you all to know that we did hear you. I'm glad you shared information with us. And I think that, these two things, can both exist as discussions, but as Councilor Lakin said, what we're voting on tonight is, I think, a really important precedent that we're getting to set here about, giving land back, which I think is something that is significant, and I'm proud that we're going to be a part of it tonight.
Thank you. Councilor?
Thank you, Chair. Yes, I will certainly acknowledge I've had several conversations with leaders in the community on this issue, and I do have serious conflicts here, because I do understand that we're talking about really two different things. We're talking about a sovereign nation. We, as a municipal government under the United States government, has no authority on the decisions being made within a sovereign nation, a tribe, in this case, the Muskogee Creek Nation. I do feel very strongly, however, as someone with indigenous blood, that what has happened since the 70s, when all of the 5 civilized tribes, for that matter, removed their freedmen, kicked their freedmen out. And why were they civilized? Because they participated in the slave trade, the enslavement of African people. So I do have a huge issue here, and I'm truly conflicted. I was very prepared to vote no until, again, speaking with some others that are more engaged in this process. But I do want to make it a public statement here that 3 months is plenty of time to put a process in place to ensure that the freedmen in this tribe are recognized. I do think there's some procrastination taking place. But again, as a city councilor sitting in this seat, I really have no authority in those decisions, and so I want to acknowledge that. But I hope that the tribe does do what's right in a very transparent and quick manner. Because what we are talking about is human rights. You don't get to enslave people and then turn around and say, well, so sad, goodbye. And I think this is an issue of justice. And I think something should be done, hopefully very quickly, to address this issue. It's not a done deal for me, certainly, as a representative of Muskogee Creek Freedmen. But I do also support returning land when it was stolen. That's something I deal with regularly in my district on the municipal government side. So I just wanted to voice that I serious conflicts here today, but and I wanted to acknowledge the freedmen that are here.
Thank you, Councilor Hall Harper. Any other discussion?
I appreciate the conversation, and thank you for coming to the podium. Move to approve items 4B through 4O with the emergency clause on items 4B through 4D.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Lakin?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes, with serious reservations.
Items 4B through O are approved with the emergency clause on items 4B through D. Thank you all very much. Item 5, authorities, boards, and commissions. A, rezoning application Z7829 from RS3 to AGR for property located at the northwest corner of West 78th Street and South 26th West Avenue. Do we have any speakers?
There are no speakers.
Any council discussion?
Move to approve item 5A.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Lakin?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Item 5A is approved. 6, ordinances, first reading. The following items in this section of the agenda will not be read aloud, and without objection, items 6A through G, with the exception of 6E through F, will be forwarded to the next council meeting. 7, ordinances, second reading. A, rezoning ordinance 727A, abandoning multiple lots located north of the northwest corner of North Martin Luther King and East Latimer. B, rezoning ordinance near northwest corner of East 11th Street and South 129th East Avenue. C, rezoning ordinance near north and west of the northwest corner of East 11th Street and 145th East Avenue. D, rezoning ordinance near 56th Street North and North Lewis. E, ordinance amending the 26 budget to transfer $3,000, $4,000, $82,000, and $8,400 between projects. F, ordinance amending the fiscal year 26 budget for $260,000 for the Office of Health and Well-Being. G, ordinance amending the 26 budget for $56,000 for graffiti abatement. H, ordinance amending the 26 budget for $3,000 related to welcoming week kickoff. I, ordinance amending the 26 budget for $121,000 for traffic enforcement programs. J, ordinance amending the 26 budget for $26,000 roughly for basic safety classes for the public. K, ordinance amending the 26 budget for about $250,000 for records management systems. L, ordinance amending the 26 budget for a little over $2 million for 33rd West Avenue savings for use at Gilcrease Avenue. M, ordinance amending the 26 budget for, I'm going to call it about $200,000 for Oklahoma Historical Society grants. N, ordinance amending the 26 budget for about $500,000 for home rehab. O, ordinance amending the 26 budget for about $500,000 for CDBG transfers. P, ordinance closing a certain drainage easement at 2740 East 21st Street South. Q, ordinance closing a certain easement located at 809 South Lewis. R, ordinance closing a portion of a certain public way at 85th and South Yale. S, ordinance closing a certain portion of vertical airspace at 711 South Boulder. Do we have any speakers on these items?
Yes, we have 6 speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. John Huffines for items 7F, I, and J.
Welcome back.
Yes, thank you, councilors. 7F, an ordinance amending the fiscal year 26 budget to make supplemental appropriations from grant revenues to be received from the George Kaiser Family Foundation and Community Care Oklahoma within the Social and Economic Development Non-Federal Grant Subfund. Office of Health and Well-Being. Office of Health and Well-Being. That's a good name for an office. I'm grateful for the good each person in the George Kaiser Family Foundation is doing. Also, I'm glad Tulsa honors and loves our Jewish families. 7I, an ordinance amending the fiscal year 26 budget to make supplemental appropriations from grant revenues to be received from Oklahoma Highway Safety Office within the Traffic Enforcement Subfund, Traffic Enforcement Programs. I am grateful for our Oklahoma Highway Safety Enforcement Programs. I also appreciate it when our highways are safe. 7J, an ordinance amending the fiscal year 26 budget to make supplemental appropriations from grant revenues to be received from Oklahoma Highway Safety Office within the Tulsa Police Department Motorcycle Safety Subfund. Yes to these basic safety classes for the public. I am thankful for Tulsa's excellent police department. Yes, I am grateful for our awesome first responders. As I've said before, when I see or hear one of these first responders' vehicles in action, I sense a responsibility to pray, speak peace into that situation and wisdom for every decision maker. Thank you, counselors, for helping Tulsa to be all we can be. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Kevin Mavers for item 7C.
Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Again, Kevin Mavers, Director of Development Services for the Robson Company's 901 North Forest Ridge Boulevard, Broken Arrow. Just wanted to give you a quick update on what has occurred in the past week or two. The last time I was up here before you on this particular project, we made a number of promises, not only to the people in the audience, but to the City Council, relative to how we took the concerns of the neighborhoods seriously, very seriously. In the interim, we are working very closely. We have Preston Bartley here tonight. He's a Senior Project Manager for Westwood Consultant Services. We have nearly completed the traffic impact analysis to analyze all of the concerns relative to traffic. We will have that available when we file the preliminary plat. We have very nearly completed all the drainage studies in the area. And along with the drainage studies, our preliminary grading and drainage map. We are going to significantly reduce, if not completely eliminate, some of the cross drainage concerns that some of the property owners to the west have. We've come up with a grading strategy. Some of the concerns that were expressed by the existing homeowners relative to their inability to obtain sewer service, we've come up with a plan now to extend sewer service down to some of those existing homes. They will eventually have the opportunity to extend service into those existing neighborhoods, get off of those septic tanks that are evidently failing at this point, and move forward. Last but not least, I don't believe it was expressed last week by the people in the audience, but there were some concerns about the rock shelf that's out there, and some concerns over blasting noise, construction noise, and things like that. We have completed a significant geotechnical survey, and we have mapped out that rock shelf completely. We know where it is. We know how deep it is. We're going to be doing everything we can to avoid the noise created by blasting for two reasons. Number one, it's incredibly expensive. And it's going to, we're already looking at sanitary sewer costs that are somewhere between 2 and 2.5 times what it would be for a normal development, just so that we can extend sewer to those southerly properties. We have some areas of sewer that are approaching 20 feet deep. Some standard sewer is anywhere between 4 and 8 feet deep. So you can just imagine all the additional costs that's going on with it. But we are moving forward with all of our promises. So the whole point was, if it gives all of you any level of comfort, and I hope it does, we make promises, we intend to keep promises. We will be filing the preliminary plat in the relatively near future. We will follow up with additional community outreach meetings, continue to talk to the neighbors, continue to talk to the affected city council people, and make sure that everyone knows exactly what's going to happen and when.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Our next speaker is Preston Bartley for item 7C.
Good evening, councilors. Preston Bartley, Westwood Professional Services. Just here as support to kind of echo everything that Kevin just spoke on about the project, and happy to answer any questions that may arise, if any.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll get to questions after our speakers, if there are any. Next speaker. I know that Mr. Alexander is coming at some point.
Our next speaker is James and Bernice Alexander.
There we go.
For items
I could feel it.
7A, N, and O.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Wow, man. You know, I have been at this for a very, very long time. And I don't just come up here to waste my time and anyone else's time. I studied because I work with kids at a school, so I study. And what I have found out over the years is that North Tulsa, a certain area, is set up by the federal government as being an entitlement area. To this date, that has not changed. And we're behind on new sector plans because the last one was done in 2016. Wow, that's a long time. This project, this young man, and I think he's playing with us, what's called a Home Run LLC. He wants to do a number of houses, multiple houses, from Martin Luther King to Latimer. The problem I have with this is that certain things have been set up, and they've been set up for people in that area, not for everyone to come in and just jump in. So when a house is built, someone in that area is supposed to go into that house. It's not supposed to be sold. It's supposed to have someone all ready to go in that house. So I'm through with that. This one. Wow. This is a money 7N. This is money that's been in a savings account, and it's being used Home Investment Partnership, which is a North Tulsa project. And what happened was going to do with this is that homeowners would take a loan out to repair their houses. How you going to loan grant money? That's a conflict of interest. And 7N, there was no backup to this. But just like 7-0, just like 7N, this money, $476,598.35, is to go into North Tulsa. Now, I'm not going to keep standing up here and talking. I know you're not listening to me, but I'm talking to people on T-Gov. Some people are listening, I'm going to grant that. But I'm talking to people in T-Gov. There's a big problem in North Tulsa. I mean a gigantic problem. And as I've been reading, the same problem that's going on through all areas where black people live is being gentrified. And the same thing is going on here. So, you want to be a world-class city? Do world-class things. Don't follow the crowd, because they're going to lead you to a road with no end. World-class city.
Good evening, Miss Bernice. You
Good
got
evening, counselors. You know, we've been dealing with this city for over 30 years. We are two of the 5 founding members of our neighborhood association, which is registered with the state of Oklahoma. And those of you that know about our work know that we mean business. Our first start was to get the sewer and the water system done because it had failed serving that area. Our second thing was to get the streets fixed that had been promised to the people for 30 years. We've had to file federal complaints to get all this done, and we need to see right here in Tulsa. And we need to do right toward all the citizens, because all the citizens matter. I was given this T-shirt, and it said that we're in the land of the free because of the brave. I consider my husband and myself brave, and the members of 2100 North Owasso Block Club and Adjacent Neighbors Neighborhood Association, because we've been working for 30 years to get North Tulsa not to be treated like a third world country. And a lot of good things have happened. And you all, the city government, is trying to punish my husband and I because I'm the writer of the federal complaints. Because I'm trained in criminal justice. This is what we do.
Ms.
Somebody out
Bernice.
on the street do what you all are doing, they be in jail.
Ms.
or
Bernice,
prison.
what
But
agenda
you're
item?
sitting here as government officials, robbing a community.
Will you bring
I'm
it?
sorry, let me listen to you. I don't want to be
Oh,
disrespectful.
no, you're good. Just bring it back to one of those agenda items. You signed up for 3 agenda items. You
Okay.
just have to tie it back to the agenda item.
I'm still talking about 7A because it's located in the North Tulsa community. I'm still talking about and how you're handling that situation. Still talking about homeowner rehabilitation. There are homes in that area that need to be rehabbed, have been needing to be rehabbed for years. The people want the rehab. You rehab certain people's homes who have acted as slaves for this government against their own community. But there are people in the community who do not serve as your slaves who need their homes rehabbed. And finally, for O, I wonder what your plan is for the use of CDBG. Now, evidently you've been holding some money, CDBG money, in certain areas. Now you're talking about splitting it up all over the place. I don't know what you're doing. But if it's not the right thing, you can believe that you're going to have a problem getting it done. Because we're not going to sit back and watch you destroy where we live. That's not going to happen. I think you have some idea that that's not going to happen because we're not going away. When you don't see us down here anymore, we'll have an understanding that we're seeing right and we're treating people right because every person matters. Every person. Every person. I don't know how many of you have children, but I have 2 sons and some grandchildren, and they matter. The children matter. The children are in trouble in the city because of what you all are doing, mishandling money for that area. So again, I'm standing here saying this, we're at the end of it. This might be your last little game that you do, but we're at the end of it. And we need to be more considerate of each other because we all matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bernice. Do we have one more speaker?
Our last speaker is Aaron Persley for item 7S.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Mr. Chair, councilors, I only signed up in case you needed some support for the item 7S in terms of the emergency clause and why we're pushing so quickly to get this done. So if you have questions or need that, I'm here to answer those questions. If not, I will sit myself down.
Okay. Stay close, just in case. Yep, council discussion? Yes, ma'am.
For our colleagues who weren't here last week, we barely made quorum, thanks to Councilor Bellis for sticking it out with us, to get the item that we talked about, the rezoning. So when they came forward and said when they were here before us, it was last week, half of us, almost half of us weren't here. So we did have a number of speakers. I know that Councilor Dutton had engaged with the neighbors as well. And if you'll remember back, all of us, before you went out of town, discussed it in committee about flooding at 11th Street near 145th East Avenue. I'm just trying to jog your memory with the new housing development going into existing. So last week with 5, we passed it, despite having a number of speakers. When we did, there was a bit of a statement made by some folks that somehow some of us were personally benefiting from that vote. And so I just wanted to let you know that that had been said. And I am not, have not, will not, and just wanted to say, now that we have all of us here, I'm sure it'll be as unanimous as it was last week, even though last week only 3 of us were called out for getting some sort of benefit from the vote. So I just wanted to say that here for everyone to hear. The people that made those statements aren't here today, so I guess they accepted that all 5 of us unanimously supported it last week, and I plan to vote for it again today. So if there's no other comments from my colleagues.
Councilor Dutton.
Oh,
has
okay. Thank you,
one
Councilor.
question or comment.
Thank you, Councilor Wright. Yeah, somehow we're rolling in some election funds, I guess. I don't know, Walmart money or something. Anyhow, thank you for disputing that and claiming that's not true, which it is not. I would like to address Mr. Mavers and Mr. Preston. I appreciate you coming up again today to give us updates, and I look forward to more discussion and communication with the neighborhood. If you could just keep me in the loop so that I can notify the neighborhood as well and have a place, a facility that we can meet that would be closer to where they're located. I think last time they were, go ahead, come on up. Yeah.
We have found a new facility.
Okay.
Much closer.
Okay.
The Hampton Inn at 145th and I guess that's 41st, 51st? Okay, so only about 3 miles away.
Yeah.
Okay, from this location. They have rooms, they have facilities. We've already signed a contract and agreement with them. For many of our East Tulsa projects, it is, and they have availability, which is the biggest concern. So all of the meetings in the future will be held there, okay, which is much closer.
Yeah, so to that effect, I'm wondering if we could compromise on, say, right there on 11th Street at one of the churches that are nearby, if that would even be a possibility to meet, because there's maybe 8 individuals in the neighborhood that will probably.
We have reached out to a number of the churches
Yeah, okay.
in that immediate area
Uh-huh.
and not gotten any positive feedback.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah, we can gladly do it again. If there's a particular facility you think would be more amenable to assisting, I'll absolutely reach out again. We want to accommodate as many people as possible, and we know the first 2 meetings we had trouble.
Right.
We've had a couple of meetings now at the Hampton Inn. They were
With the
again.
neighborhood?
You know, we're doing the best we can to reach
Yeah.
out to as many people as possible, but let's face it, after a long day of work, the last thing people want to think about, most people anyway, is showing up at a meeting to talk about the development that's going up in their backyard.
Right, and I appreciate that, and that's why I guess I just kind of want to take that one part out of having them commute at all, if at all possible, because that will actually, I think, help alleviate some of what they're already feeling, and I think they'll be more amenable coming in, hopefully in better moods.
Well, Counselor, do you have my email address?
I have Davis's, I believe, and Preston's.
Okay.
But
If you don't mind, I'll grab one of my business cards.
yes, please do. We'll exchange.
While he's doing that, Counselor Bingle?
Yeah, if there's any residual Walmart checks, I haven't seen mine yet, so this is news to me. I will say, the fact that you're putting in sewer is an extreme cost, and I don't think most people are aware of that. Where there is lack of infrastructure in East Tulsa, this is purportedly the strategic growth area in the city, because we do have the most developable space. Sharing lines with Councilor Dutton and Councilor Dr. Wright on opposite ends of it. I don't know if there were any emails or any emails that you got, because I know on the development on 41st and 145th, did you get outreach from that through that venue?
That particular project, I don't believe we got any emails, or maybe only 1 or 2. Of course, we held the public outreach meeting. It was lightly attended. We plan on holding another one here in the very near future.
Okay. So, yeah, I always tell people, when you guys make these infrastructure investments, especially when you're talking about, you mapped out the shelf of that limestone through there.
Yeah, the limestone
and you're
rock
gonna have to
shelf
go down
is
20 feet.
considerable.
Yeah, that's expensive. And so I think people need to understand the consideration of density that's being asked for in the investment. When they come to the table, it's not to create further issues, but they're putting significant investment of infrastructure. And then I also want to ask a question. Explain the mitigation of the flooding again. What are you doing?
Oh, we don't have a copy of the plat map. One of the things I believe at the last meeting we talked about, we put up a copy of the map. If you look at the leg that we have coming down towards 11th Street,
Okay.
Much of that we actually have 3 different drainage areas on the site. We've got the drainage area on the most southerly portion of the site drains almost due west, right into that existing subdivision. In fact, if you drive down that street, which I've driven a couple of times, you'll see it dips, it comes back up and it dips.
Yep.
Those 2 low spots right there are significant flooding issues right there, right in the middle of the neighborhood. By being sensitive about how we grade and moving that water on our property and having it go in the street in the interior of our property and then come all the way to the south, okay, where we're putting in 2 retention basins at the very south entrance. Okay, we're going to be eliminating or dramatically reducing that cross-lot drainage. Those people will have a significantly improved situation there. By then bringing it all the way down to the south, our basins will empty out into 11th Street where we have that existing channel already. We will extend that existing channel, clean things up by slowing down the water, our total time of concentration. We're hoping when we get everything all done, and I'm leaving it to Preston and his team to work it all out. But what we're hoping is by reducing the water going immediately to the west and then putting those detention basins down at the most southerly portion, will reduce total flooding in 11th Street. Now, it won't correct everything. You've got some other issues, especially down there further to the west where the bridge is, where it comes up and over.
Yep.
We can't fix that. But what we can do is reduce the total amount of water going out into 11th Street, adjust what they call the time of concentration, so the maximum flow and the flow rate to reduce it, and we can make a modest, we can eliminate the cross-lot drainage almost completely, and we can reduce the drainage going out onto 11th to help everybody out in the area.
Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that. So and is this an HOA?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay. Yep. So sounds perfect to me. So thanks, Kevin. I appreciate that. It's good seeing you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have just one more comment. I also went through the area during the last rainfall, I believe it was the 21st of September, and took many photos of the area, and I did not note any flooding on 11th Street or 145th at 11th Street. I did notice some overflow at about a half a mile north on 145th where the new construction is going on next to AEP. I took several photos, and I also contacted our streets department to also, through the neighborhoods, the culverts have been filled in for whatever reason. I don't know, sediment from rains or whatever over time. And so I contacted to get the city also to grade the culverts on 11th Street to help mitigate in advance of this project, as well as on 142nd East Avenue, that many of the culverts, the pipes there, have been crushed or have been landscaped over and filled. And so I think that's part and parcel of the issues with the flooding that they're talking about personally. So in tandem with what you're saying, I'm going to make sure that the city does their due diligence as well.
Well, I believe and Preston, correct me if I'm incorrect, we are looking at the regional drainage issues as well as the on-site issues. So when we bring forward the hydrology study for that area, we're going to identify those pinch points, okay, those areas that either aren't being maintained properly or need significant upgrades. But of course, our overarching goal is to clean up what we can, mitigate as much as we can, and absolutely positively leave the situation better than it is today.
Well, I appreciate the generosity, and I look forward to the development.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Okay. Anything else?
Move to approve items 7A through 7S with the emergency clause on 7S.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Counselor Dutton?
Yes.
Counselor Bellis?
Yes.
Counselor Gilbert?
Yes.
Counselor Bengal?
Yes.
Counselor Dr. Wright?
Yes.
Counselor Lakin?
Yes.
Counselor Bush?
Yes.
Counselor Hall Harper?
Yes.
Items 7A through S are approved with the emergency clause on 7S. 8 council items, councilors' announcements and reports.
Nothing.
Anyone?
Yes, I just want to announce that the Tulsa Expungement Expo will be taking place on November the 1st. Please spread the word, but it will be held again on November the 1st at the 36th Street North Event Center from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And so you can go to the Tulsa Expungement Facebook page to learn more information and to register, pre-register for the initiative. So come out and get those records expunged. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? With no more business before the council, we are adjourned. Thank you all very much.